So, saying that the Quran, like you were saying that it's in its perfect language, what is your belief about the preservation of the Quran? Do you believe that it was preserved word for word, letter to letter, dot for dot, since the time of Muhammad all the way till now? Or do you believe that maybe there are textual variants, but the meaning and message of the Quran is preserved?
Yes, absolutely. Like, for instance, there's different, like, for instance, there's different accents to the Quran. For instance, like, let's say if I talk in a British accent, I talk in an Australian accent, right? Then I talk in an American accent, or a Texas accent, right? I'm still saying the same thing, but the accent is slightly different. We have that a little bit with the Quran.
Same word, same word.
Different. You're saying the same thing. I said, "Hello, mate." You know, just like it's just a completely different accent, but I'm saying the same word. It has the same meaning and all that. Yeah.
So when I've studied like this idea of the preservation of the Quran, I get this answer, the answer about dialects, and it's the same word, but different people pronounce things differently, and so that's what they had to like deal with at that time, right? And so, but when I look deeper into it, like, and I compare certain qira'ats, I see different words. I don't know Arabic, but I can do word study and stuff like that, right? And so, like, just a simple one, not saying it changes the context, but one that usually Muslims are familiar with are Malik and Malik, right? Owner of the Day of Judgment or King of the Day of Judgment. Are you familiar with this variant?
I don't speak Arabic.
Okay.
I've been Muslim about 10 years now. It's only been 10 years on my journey so far.
Okay, no problem. Yeah.
So I still have a lot to learn myself.
Okay, for sure.
I'm not a scholar. I'm not a sheikh. I'm just a normal dude. And that's why I just want to show people that any normal person can go out here and teach the message of God.
Right.
And my message is mainly to get people to worship God alone. Without any partners, without anything.
Okay, for sure.
I don't care if you convert to Islam. I don't care what religion you are. As long as you worship the Creator alone. That's my message.
Yeah. So and I appreciate you being honest about that. So I won't press on that because. What I want you to do, if you can, like, because I will in 2 weeks. I'll come back in 2 weeks. Do you think you can like do a little?
I'm going to be flying out to Mecca.
Oh, you're going to be gone.
On Halloween day. I'm going to be flying out to Mecca.
Okay.
So if it's before that, then that's cool.
Okay, I'll try to come next week.
Well, you can hit me up on Instagram too.
I will. I am the Warner.
I am the Warner.
Yeah. Okay, for sure. You said that earlier. Okay. So yeah, if you can, then I'll come back on this subject, and if you can, like check out the textual variants that Muslims are familiar with and stuff like that. Cause I don't want to blindside you with anything like that, you know. So yeah, just check that out. Tell me, and then I want to find out what you think and what you understand from that. Okay? Because this idea that the Quran has been like it's usually a statement used like saying this is how we know Islam is true. It's one of the miracles of the Quran that the Quran itself has been preserved unlike any other book. Like there's no book that has been perfectly preserved for 1,400 years, every letter, every word, and things of this nature. So, and that has a divine touch on it, you know. So, like, to me, if that is such a crux for Islam, that's such an important value to hold, I think that it's important to examine
challenge
that.
It. Why not challenge it? Yeah. I believe in challenging things. There's no problem. And also, as Muslims, I encourage people to challenge Islam. I have no problem with people challenging Islam. I welcome it. Go ahead, do it.
For sure. I'll let you go, man. This was good. I appreciated the conversation, man.
Yes, sir.
I think.
So I think you got into it with Brother Issa Dawa and all of them too, huh?
So we squashed our beef yesterday.
So you're GodLogic, right?
I'm GodLogic.
Okay.
I'm good. You saw us. GodLogic is a liar.
I just saw the title. GodLogic. You know, so it just like kind of started like. But for me, bro, I deal with people like how I came. Like you see, like my experience with you is completely different. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't necessarily like the way that certain people are expressing the message of Islam. I don't believe that's the Islamic way. We're not supposed to be debating one another. That's not the Islamic way. Our thing is you simply deliver the message. It's up to them if they want to accept it or deny it. It's completely up to them. They have the free will to decline the message of Islam.
Doesn't make them a hater.
You know, they have the ability to do that. No problem.
And same with the other way around. Like I read a verse in the Quran that talks about discussing with the people of the book.
You have an English Quran? Do you mind
I carry. I got, man. This. You see this? That's my baby right here. You see it?
Cool.
That's my. I carry her wherever I go. So.
Well, do you mind if I give you the clear Quran?
Sure. Yeah, I'll take one. The more the merrier. Yeah, man.
What's your social media?
GodLogic Apologetics. On Instagram, you can look me up at GodLogic GL.
one thing is like Muslims are extremely passionate, bro, about their beliefs.
Yeah.
And one thing, they're ready to go to war at any moment, bro. That's one thing about us, bro. Like we're kind of built to fight, bro.
We got people like that on our side too. Like there's people that they can't separate the emotion side of it, and they can only see Jesus ain't God. Jesus didn't die, and it's just red. Instead of why do you say that? Why do you believe that?
Let's have a conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think the debating style is not working, bro. I don't think it's working, bro.
Yeah.
I think it's causing more conflict.
More division,
Instead of uniting one another. Because to be honest, Christians and Muslims have got along for so many years, bro, to a point where the masjid and the church would share the same wall and there was no conflict, bro. I personally believe this is all the work of the Jews trying to turn Christians and Muslims against each other, right? Big. Because, and the reason for that, because you have to remember, the Jews don't accept Jesus as the Messiah. Right. We accept Jesus as the Messiah, you accept Jesus as the Messiah. Right. Who are the Jews waiting for right now? They're waiting for the false Messiah.
Agreed.
Right? We're both waiting for the Messiah.
I wouldn't go so far to say that they're the ones that's pinning everybody against.
Believe,
you think so?
I say it 100%. 100% I believe it's the Zionist Jews, because there's good Jews out there. But the Zionist Jews, right? They're the ones who are getting us to fight one another. So while it's called an order out of chaos. You understand? Yeah. So they purposely get us to fight one another, right? So they could bring their false Messiah and corrupt the world to where we are right now.
That's tough. I wouldn't go. That's tough.
No problem. I'm saying that. I have no problem saying that.
That's interesting.
This is his opinion, not my opinion.
But
I truly believe it's the Zionist Jews that are trying to turn the Muslims and the Christians against one another, because in Islam it says that you guys are our closest allies.
It does say that, yeah.
You guys are our closest allies. So for you guys to turn on us and for us to turn on you guys, it's not how it's supposed to be.
See, that's interesting too, because when I read the Quran, it has a lot of like mixed statements when it comes to Christians. Like what you just said, it does say that they're the closest to the Muslims, right? The good ones among them.
Yes.
But then it also says that like they're the worst of creatures amongst with the Jews and the polytheists in chapter 98 verse 6.
So we believe that anybody who claims that Jesus is God has chosen to disbelieve in God. Yeah. So now we don't put you guys in the category of those Christians, because now we believe you guys are polytheists. Because now you guys are associating partners with God and you're worshiping outside of God.
But what if I could show you that in the previous scriptures that's what it taught? That it taught that God himself will come down, take on form. I'm not gonna lie,
I'm not willing to worship a God like that.
Why?
Because I believe that shows weakness to me.
But do you believe he could do anything?
I believe that he could do everything, but he can't do things that are outside of his nature. For instance, he can't create a rock that you can't live.
Yeah, that's a contradiction.
Yeah.
So what is?
Because a human being is a limited being. So for an unlimited being to turn into a limited being,
so that's not what we believe. So we don't believe that when God takes on human form.
Yeah, I understand 100% the human. 100%
fully God, fully man, right? So it's not that he's not God anymore and any less.
200% by the way.
No, we don't say percentage. We say fully man, fully God. So. In the fullest sense, he is God.
Well,
in the
I hear
fullest
many
sense,
Christians say 100% man,
that's incorrect language.
That's 200%.
I'm letting you know right now that that's incorrect language, and I hear Christians do that all the time. We got to correct that. Yeah. So that's improper language according to our creed. Yeah, fully man, fully God, and so we don't believe that God loses a percentage or anything like that. What the Bible teaches is that what he did is he veiled himself in flesh. So
I don't know if you know. So I actually, before coming to Islam, I was actually studying Christianity.
Okay.
I actually was thinking about coming to Christianity, right? But when I started learning about like God and heaven as well, when it comes to Christianity and stuff like that, this is kind of what deterred me away. It's God.